Well, hold it. 5 red lights. They're out, and it's away we go. And it looks like UOTC get a fairly even start between the driver. The Greeno's going to try and go around the outside of turn 1. And he just about manages it. And it looks like both the infantry drivers have eaten up Morton. So all that stuff I was saying about Morton getting good starts, completely out the window. I didn't teach him. It wasn't me. Darvel leads this race. And it looks like he's going to come back at Beck into turn 3, though. Pushes Beck to force him to use the runoff. Yeah, he's absolutely slowed the car down there. And he's got a terrible exit. Now he's going to be under threat from Rowley behind as well. And Rowley's going to make the move up into P4 on Morton here. And that is Rowley up to P4, and that is more attacking Hacking, as Hacking's trying to get around the outside of Morton's having a terrible start. Moved from P2, he's got down to P5. But good start from the infantry. Moved up to P2 and P3 immediately, as that Gibbo has just gone past Moore as well. So a good move there, and just behind him, that is, I believe, Schramper having a fight with the Haas of Vernon. Coming into turn 9, there's a bit of debris there. It looks like someone's M plate, and they go side by side through turn 9. That Schramper's gone into a spin. Obviously touched that curb, and that has left his car aiming at the wrong direction. And Pave is coming to the pit, so it seems like he's taken a bit of damage, the Med Bull driver. Go on board with Moore. There's a battle just ahead of him. And that is Gibbo going down the inside of Vernon. So it's Gibbo going down the inside of Walters. He's not quite made it work. He's going to go for the move again to Gibbo on the softer compound. Walters defended hard. Ooh, defended so hard. Barely left him any room. And Gibbo is going to go for the cutback. And he gets the move done. And Moore's going to try and get the move done as well as we go around turn 5. He gets the move done before turn 6. Yes, he does. So they don't go side by side through there. And that is Moore up into P8. I feel like this battle isn't over, though. Go on board with our top 4. As Rowley just sets the fastest lap of the session. Got a medium compound as well. Greeno is right behind Darvel. Obviously, Greeno on the much softer compound. DRS has now been enabled. So DRS is the rear wing. And if you're within 1 second, you can go for it. And that is... Beck and Greeno looked like they were fighting each other there. Personally, I would have let Greeno try to attack Darvel on the softer compound. But I don't know what they're going for. I don't know if they're battling or if they are in some sort of team plan here. Either way, Darvel still leads. Don't ask questions like that. I don't know why he does the strategies he does. I always give him strategies to follow, and he doesn't listen to me ever. Some news from the other neck of the woods is that RAC Hill, on his debut, has now moved into the points. He's up at the P10 and is right behind Walton. It looks like he's going to go down the inside of turn 7. And that's Hill now moved up into P9 on board right as he did that move. He's got both the AGC drivers behind. That's 8. Under attack again from Hamilton. Hamilton obviously coming through after starting P20. And that's Cross is out of the session at some point. I don't know when that happened. Hacking has just a fastest lap in P5. So he's attempting just to get onto the back of the top 4, who are all stuck in a DRS train at the moment. Obviously, the benefactor of this DRS train is Darvel, and we go on board with Hill as he has a little spin, and we'll very swiftly move away from Hill while he recovers. You know, we'll want to watch a man recover like that. Vernon and Walt are still having a little battle. I don't know if their team orders are coming into effect, and Hamilton's decided to tell you what, I'll have both of yous. And he goes up the inside of turn 3. What a move. And that is Blakey now looking to get the move done on AGC drivers who appear to create some sort of roadblock. That's Charavan who sets the fastest lap of the race in P18, and that's Blakey going down the inside. The wheel tapping between Blakey and Walters. He hasn't got the move done just yet. Walters not giving him an inch. And it stays as they are. I expect Blake to get that move done eventually just because he's on the softer compound of tyre. Back on board of our front 4. Still going around. And that is a retirement from Spring there. So the signals driver has come to the pits and retired. Not sure what his issue was. But he is out of the race. So Beck has actually made a move for the lead that I completely missed because I wasn't paying attention. And Darvel's now down to P2 and at the mercy of the drivers behind. Maybe Greeno can get ahead of Darvel and maybe start holding him up on the soft compound, which would give Beck a chance to win this race. But currently, constructors-wise, the drivers in the best positions are the infantry, and then second best is the UOTC. So despite Morton's poor start, he's still in P6. That's still a good point-scoring position. And that's just what Darvel needs. As we see, that was Beck gets a 3-second time penalty for going over the track limits 3 times. This is the 3rd warning. That's enough is enough. Stop encroaching. So that's not putting him in a good position, especially when you're in a DRS train. But maybe these drivers battling can give Hacken a chance to come and match back up with them. You know, he's 1.6 seconds behind, but I feel like that gap's going to start closing. He's currently dragging Morton along for the ride as well. I believe this is our closest battle on track at the moment. Corey has managed to get past Blakey. He just drove past a driver looking the wrong way. That was an AGC driver. Who's that? I don't even know who that is. Is it Walters? So Beck still leads this race with Darvel behind, Greeno P2, Rowley P3, and Hacken just a short way off. He's actually coming right back into this. What I believe has happened is my SimHub graphics have decided that they don't want to work anymore. So either hopefully they reset this lap. But at the moment it's still infantry, UOTC, infantry, engineer, and then Arimi. Looks like Rowley's going for a move on one of the Ferraris there, and that is Greeno that's gone around, so I'm not sure if he made contact. Rowley looks like he's also had an issue as well. And we just had a move on track. I say Moore has had a spin and has absolutely busted up his front wing. I believe he's waiting for all the cars to go by. And then he's going to make his way into the pits. Or he's just going to drive straight past him with a broken front wing. You know, tomato, tomato. And Gibbo has made the move on Morton for P2. As Moore also picks up a 3-second time penalty. I didn't warn him about the time penalties, I did. Hold my hands up. So loads of gaps between the drivers at the moment. We'll go on board with Corey in the Med Bull. Obviously going for the hard one-stop strategy probably, because that's all Corey likes to do. I'm currently getting dragged along by his teammate. Have to wait and see. You'll watch by lap 35, you'll see him in P4. Trust me. See Morton trying to hang on to Gibbo. I think he's just within DRS. Just trying to see if we can just see how much ERS he's got. 27% ERS on his wheel. Yeah, and he is just hanging on that ERS. You can see that DRS open there. And Hill has just made the move on Hacking. I don't know if that's him just coming out the pit, so Hacken's going to come straight back at him. Hill's got no ERS to fight, and Hacken's going to come at Greeno as well and get the move done in turn 3. A little bit of a wiggle there from Hill, trying to get the car straightened up. And Hacken's P9, Greeno P10, and Hill in P11. after those moves. Schramper's up to P7. I'm rooting for Schramper, by the way, as well. I want a high-scoring debut driver. Come on. He's got Beck fast approaching, though. And that's Morton. Morton's decided his mediums have had enough. He's coming into the pits. I imagine it's going to be for the hard compound, and it'll go to the end on that tyre. Currently no safety cars, which is surprising. I think it'll be our first race of the season where there hasn't been a safety car. I understand saying that I have now jinxed it. And a lot of the drivers coming into the pits then. Both for the RLC drivers. Hopefully didn't get blocked in the double stack there. And Morton's going to have to warm up those tyres quickly as he got Schramper fast approaching. I feel like he will catch up whilst he's trying to warm up those tyres. And that is Gibbo has come into the pits. He's now going to box, possibly for a set of mediums, but at this point, yeah, it is going to be a set of mediums. I was going to think maybe the softs, but no. Mediums it is. And that's Morton is actually going to pass him, and so is his teammate Hamilton. So maybe he's lost too much time. He's going to be on a faster compound now, but the amount of drivers he's going to have to get through is pretty big, and even Rowley is just behind him. And we're back to how we started this race with a UOTC 1-2. I beg we don't get a UOTC 1-2. That's Blakey's coming to the pits as well now. That'll be his final stop of the race. Schramper is just on the edge of points. Charavan is within Corey's DRS. I feel like Corey's on very old hard tyres, and Sanjay or Charavan Amatu is not. So Charavan should get this move done. He's got the DRS. They're going to go side by side into turn 4. Charavan looks like he's just ahead. Who's going to get a better exit? It looks like Charavan has got that move done, and Charavan has moved up into P9. The Gibbs on the fresh mediums is taking it to Greeno now, who I think is on very old mediums, and I know has to pit. He won't want to be getting held up by them because he wants to go and catch Hamilton and Morton. And saying that, Hamilton has decreased the gap to Morton, but Morton is not letting him within his DRS, and that's crucial. That's important. If he keeps him out of his DRS, he can hold on to that position, as Gibbo is going to go for the move around turn on the inside of turn 3 on Greeno there. But that's on no, it's on Greeno, yeah. And Greeno falls to P5. Next up for Gibbo is his teammate Hamilton. We'll have to see if team orders come into effect, as he's not able to get close enough to Morton. But if Gibbo gets by him, maybe he can catch up to Morton and drag Hamilton along with him. For the constructors, it looks like it's going to be great for the UOTC and for the RLC. But they're two teams that are already up there. Definitely going to make it a very close core battle in the standings. Beck is just behind Corey now as well. Obviously, he's got a 6-second time penalty, and Gibbo's just at the fastest lap of the race. So he is flying, and he has caught up with his teammate now. He's just within DRS, and that is... Who's that going defensive? I don't know if he's going defensive or coming into the pits. I think it's Corey coming into the pits. And that's going to send him right down the order. But it has moved Schramper back into the points. Come on, Schramper. But we're on board with Vernon at the moment. P7. He's had I say a quiet race. He hasn't had a quiet race. I've seen multiple battles, but at the moment, I don't know what's going on with the RLC drivers right now. It seems like Gibbo is very much pushing Hamilton along. He needs to get by ASAP. Unless they've given up on trying to catch Darville, and maybe Morton is just their goal now. Still 10 laps left to go in this race. A lot can happen. A lot can happen. And that is Gibbo up into P3 now. Hamilton has let him by. 1.7 seconds the gap to Morton. Who is he getting carried along by Hacken's DRS right now? He's getting a cheeky lap car DRS. He is. Oh, not Hacken, sorry. That is Berry's car. So Berry's car was just giving a cheeky bit of DRS. But even then, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to stop Gibbo. Oh, and that's Rowley very close to the back of Greeno. And it looks like Rowley's going to get the move done on Greeno. I feel like Greeno has to pit. Is that him coming into the pits now? Or was that him just defending? It was him just defending. But I feel like he can't defend. When a driver's that close and they've got DRS around Austria, they're going to have it to 3 straights. What are you going to do? There's no stopping him. And I believe Gibbo has got into Morton's DRS as well. So go on board with that, because I feel like that's going to be the move that happens first. So no DRS for Morton. That lap car's got out of the way. Let's Gibbo going to go for the move. It'll be very late lunge. Be smarter to wait for this DRS zone. I think he will. The same with Rowley. Rowley's going to go for the move as well, but I can only watch one perspective at a time. But Gibbo doesn't get the move done this time. Morton stays ahead. And that is Greeno and Rowley. They're still battling. Still battling. Which driver's going to come out on top around turn 5? Greeno's still ahead. Rowley's going to try and go around the outside of turn 6. And look at the traction he's got there from the fresher compound. Just absolutely sending it around that and turn 7 as well. And Rowley moves up into P5 for the Sapper signals. All right, we're back onto the inevitable. I don't think there's any stopping now. And it looks like Hamilton's getting some DRS off Hackett as well to catch up. And look how close he is. Oh, my word. He has got the nose in that gearbox right now. And he's going to go down the inside of turn 3. It looks like they were trying to fight for DRS there. Is Gibbo going to hold on to the lead? Yes, it does. And because he managed to keep DRS, no? He's used up a lot of DRS battling. And Morton's going to try and come back round him at turn 4. Doesn't get there, but stays where he is. But now Greeno's been able to stay with Rowley in his DRS, so Rowley could maybe catch the back of Hamilton, especially if Morton gives him a bit of battling as well. So 6 laps left to go. No, sorry, 6 laps? 8 laps left to go. Darville leads. Gibbo in P2. It doesn't look like he'll be able to catch Darville. Darville's got 15-second lead now, and they pitted about the same time. So no fresher compound advantage. But it's all a battle for P3. It seems like it's between Morton and Hamilton right now. And Hamilton's going to go down the inside of turn 3 as well. A lot like Greeno did. Compromise Morton's exit and then attack into turn 4. Does Hamilton have the DRS? He does. Morton's going defensive. And it seems like he's not getting the move done into this corner. I'll have to wait one more. But he is close enough, and that has allowed Rowley to get a little bit closer. Dragging Greeno along his way. You can see him in the background. A bit of a race recap. Cross, Spring, and Hacking are all out of the session. So we had 3 DNFs. And that's Greeno taking a 3-second time penalty. That has not helped him out at all. So his day goes from bad to worse. Still in the points, though. And that 3 seconds will maybe draw him down a position. But it just means that when he's fighting with a slot in front, it's not going to work. I don't know. He's got seven laps left on those mediums. I don't know if they're going to do it. I feel like he's going to get a puncture. I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's got the dog in him, quite frankly. And now, this is Hamilton on the back of Morton again. And it looks like there's going to be nothing Morton can do. He's trying to get defensive again. Gives him the inside line. And I don't know who got DRS there. I don't know if he knows where that detection zone is. Rowley's going to get involved as well and try and have a go at him as well. But Morton's got the DRS back, so he's going to continue to fight Hamilton into turn 4. They go around now. Oh, it's going to be close. A little bit of contact, a little bit of wheel bumping. But Hamilton looks out, and Rowley's going to go down the inside of both of them. And what a move by Rowley. 2 in 1. And he says, have that. Rowley moves into the podium positions. After the early contact with Greeno, and back into the podium positions, that is a great effort. A great effort by Rowley indeed. Morton will not be happy he's just missed out there. Got on board with Corey now. Pavey just picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. And Beck's adding up his times. He's now got a 9-second penalty. So Schramper, even though he's in P10, he could even take P9 and get points in his debut race, being the highest scoring AMS driver in this race. So Corey got P2 last time out, and he's currently sitting in P12. I don't think this is, you know, I don't think it showed how well he did in the previous race as to how he's doing in this one. He's currently sitting behind Walters on a softer compound, so maybe he can get through the 6 laps left of the session. But after Walters, I don't think he's catching anyone else up. No move from Corey yet. As they go past turn 1, Corey gets the DRS open. And around turn 2, obviously it's just a slight kink as Blakey gets another 3-second time penalty, bringing his total up to 6 seconds. And that is Corey up into P11. Seemed like, yeah, Walters just went a little bit wide there. Hamilton's trying to stay with the back of Rowley, but Rowley's doing everything he can to sort of get rid of him. He's used up all that ERS. You can see that red flashing light on the back of his car means he's got nothing left. He has extended that gap. Yeah, and Hamilton hasn't got DRS. I don't think Morton's got DRS on Hamilton either, so they've broken that DRS chain. See if that continues. So Vernon can get some points for the AGC here, you know. Then you got a lap car behind him, and then after that, it's Charavan, who's about 10 seconds away. But Charavan looks like he's going to be the only point scorer for the artillery this round. Well, like I say for Schramper, if you're listening right now, just stick with it, mate. Stick with it. The driver in front's got 9 seconds. All right, you got this. Even take a PA out of this. And that is Greeno boxing. I told you, I knew he had to box again, and this is going to send him right back. He's going to have a rapid last 4 laps of this race. I imagine he's putting on the softs, yeah. But he's just, I feel like he's going to get passed by Charavan and maybe even his teammate. Is he going to catch up? I don't think so. And he has that 3-second time penalty as well. We'll go back on board with Morton, who's having a fantastic race, even though he qualified P2, which is brilliant. And in the race, you know, he's P5, got a 3-second time penalty, so if Vernon's close enough, he's gonna nab that. But he's still going strong, and it'll still be decent points for the UOTC, and it will definitely help Darville out, as he's currently had to do a lot of it on his own. Morton, up to this point, has only secured 1 point for the UOTC in his last 2 outings. So yeah, this will be a massive points haul for him. On board with P15 now, more. Obviously not had a great race at all. He's behind Blakey at the moment. And it looks like he's having connection issues because his car is all over the place. But he comes out with, oh my word, I don't know what we're watching. I don't know what's the real scenario here. It looked like he pulled out, and it looked like he was going to spin, and then it looked like he didn't get the move done, and now he's going to get the move done as we go around turn 6. Not quite. Not yet. Should maybe wait for the straight to get it done. As the infantry qualified P3 and P4 now, and P8 and P9 with time penalties as well. And Beck's just going to let Greeno go because he knows he's got that 9 seconds. He knows Greeno's on that much faster compound. So there's no point fighting. And Greeno's just at the fastest lap of the race, so maybe he's going for the fastest lap point. It can be taken by anyone on the grid, so it doesn't even have to be just within the top 10. 2.5 laps left to go. And we'll go back on board on more. It looks like he's almost got the move done. But it looks like Hill's given a DRS to Blakey as well. So it's hard to get it done when you're getting given DRS by Hill as well. For a debut driver, it's not been bad for Hill. Not been amazing. But P13 is not far, it's not far off the points. And that is Greeno has just set the fastest lap of the race at 106.356. Rowley has cemented himself in P3. He's pulled away well there. And Vernon looks like he could nab P5 away from Morton as he's getting closer and closer. Let's see Blakey taking every single bit of curb that he can. Try and keep more off of him. 2 laps left to go. Well, it's been a hectic race, but I'll say this, no safety car for the first race. I don't know if that's like the first race ever in the core, but it's definitely the first race this season, and this is round 5. So props to the drivers today for the the good driving standards. I've said that now, and I've watched something absolutely go off on these last 2 laps. It looks like Blakey's going to go very deep, and that's going to give him more the opportunity to go down the inside of turn 5. And it looks like Moore has got that move done. And he is up into P14 now, with Hill ahead, who you can beat on time penalties, but I think you'd like to beat him on the track. So Vernon's almost within DRS of Morton now. The gap coming down more and more. And oh, so that was the last lap of the race. I didn't even realise. Darville takes the win. I thought we had one more in us. Maybe we didn't. Gibber comes across the line in P2. A brilliant driver from P8 on the grid. Rowley as well in P3. So our podium sitters, we'll get them in for interviews very shortly. Hamilton takes P4. Morton is going to cross the line. P5 has 3 seconds. He drops down to P6. Charavana is going to come across the line in P7. So he's had a brilliant recovery drive as well. He was right at the back. And takes a solid P7. Greeno not able to catch up. He'll take P8. Bex takes P9, but he's got so many time penalties. I think Schramper is just going to absolutely take P9. So Schramper on his debut drive jumps up to P9. Brilliant drive from him. And Beck just about holds on to P10. That's our top 10. We're just waiting for Corey to come around now. He's the only driver that hasn't been lapped. But yeah, so brilliant debut drive for Schramper. And the highest score in AMS driver. A brilliant job there. Caravan gets driver of the day. An absolutely fantastic drive from him.